Hi, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Flock Talk. I am Robin Sullivan, as it says on the screen. My name's up in lights. I've always wanted to see that. I hope everybody's having had a great week. The usual. I'm gonna go through these. I don't really think I have to because tonight's a little different. But you can like the Leather Elves on Facebook. That way, you get notifications when we go live. You can check our Facebook page, the Leather Elves Facebook page, for pop-up events. You can also check the Rockstar Rescue Tour Facebook page for information on the tour itself. And you can subscribe to the Leather Elves YouTube channel. So I've got to bring along my partner in crime. You may know her. To know her is to love her. Keriellen Lohrman. Hey, Carrie, how's it going?
Hey,
What? What is that? That was terrifying.
what? What?
It was a launch code. Did you see it or was it just me?
Yes, kind of. Well, maybe they gave me control of the button. You never
Yeah, you
know.
got
Oh,
that.
Nick, you know better. We're not giving we're not giving Carrie control of the buttons. Um, so how's it going? Good?
Great, beautiful weather, nice night. Still
No, it's gonna
sunny
snow.
out. Well, lots
What
of
are you
sunny.
talking about?
It's not
It's gonna
not gonna
snow.
snow. No,
It is gonna
not
snow.
here. That's
Um,
your problem,
so
not mine.
we make choices. We all make choices. I can't say they're always good ones, but we make choices. So see, Janice saw it too. It wasn't just me. So tonight, Carrie and I are excited about the 2026 Rockstar Rescue Tour. So Carrie, I didn't see Jay's excited too. Jay says woohoo. Um, or actually Jay probably said it a little bit lower. He might have said woohoo. I don't know. And Wendy made it. We're proud of Wendy for signing on. So Carrie, Nathan's in the house, Smoky Mountain Parrot Rescue. Shout out to Smoky Mountain. Frank is here.
Hey, Nate.
Janice is here. Karen's here. We got a busy night tonight. Dylan's here. Um, Dylan is from, wait, don't tell me. Oh, I know this answer. Mm, okay, I have to look at my cheat sheet. Hold on. I'll
I
find
don't have
it.
a cheat sheet.
You don't have a cheat sheet. Dylan, tell us where you're from. Dylan, I know Dylan's from Wild Ones Avian Rescue. Um, so, Kerry, what,
Yeah,
just for people who don't know, last year we were on the road for 3 weeks, was it?
I was on the road for 30 nights. By the time I got to your place and got home,
Yeah,
so I,
yeah. And we
so
we
this year we're
have
starting at my place. You get the extra nights this year.
so I get the extra one. Lee is here. Lee is from Northeast Tennessee Avian Rescue. Nana and Papa's is
Hi,
in the
Lee.
house. Nana and Papa's is from 2 years ago. We
Oh, yeah,
visited
that was great.
and we had such a nice visit. Um, that's it. Dylan's Wild Ones Avian Rescue. I got it. See, I'm a little slow on the uptake. Um, so last year, how many did we visit last year? It
Was
was
it 27?
I think it might have been 27. Um, hey, Mark. Mark's in the house. Mark is the creator and owner of the Avian Exchange on. So that's kind of something exciting and new. But we went to this year. We're going to hit 25 rescues, and the tours are looking a little bit different this year. So we're leaving from Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still
Yep, we're
letting
heading out of Naples.
you drive.
Well, yeah, unless you want to drive the bus.
So that's the thing. We're taking the bus. For those of you that don't know, Bird Gardens of Naples is sharing their bus with us this year. Um,
Trying to
the bus
save some money on rentals.
the bus goes slower though, doesn't it?
65, 67 miles an hour is the governor.
She didn't see me
They
do
they
that. Um,
no, they reined me in. You
yeah,
don't
for
have
those
to
of you,
scream now.
I won't get as much like my cardio. It won't be as strong. as it was, the last 2 years. But
I'll give you a
so for
rocking chair.
anybody that doesn't know how, what
Griff
are
says
you?
he's going to get you a rocking chair for the bus.
Well, that's kind of interesting that you bring that up because this year she's not going to be with us, but we are going to have a junior correspondent. Janice, have the governor adjusted? I thought we were friends. But we are. We're going to have a junior correspondent. This is a young lady that we met at Parrot Festival. Her name is Audrina Baca, and she is going to be giving us a younger person's perspective on the places that we're going. She's going to do a little bit of a side discussion on the different places that we stop. So that's something new and exciting. Um, and the rocking chair, I don't think we need it, but we also have a not so senior new team member. Um, the We are going to be graced with her presence on the Rockstar Tour
The,
this year.
the
She's
Queen?
a
Is the
young
Queen coming?
queen, the Miss Georgia Hayes, who is the first vice president of the American Federation of Aviculture, is going to be joining us for at least part of the tour this year. So it's fun.
Actually, there's one seat right.
You might want to book your seat. Carrie, are you taking reservations so people can book their seats on the tour?
Yeah, I'm going to get a bunch of bean bags and we can like slide them around like bumper cars.
It's going to look like a bunch of hippies rolling down the road, but it'll be fun. Um, so I want to go through, and I know some of the folks are here that we have, some that we have met, some that we haven't met yet. I'm going to go through the list of rescues just so you know where we're going. We're starting out in Naples, and Carrie's the one that I make up the list, and then I run it by her, and she goes, "Oh no, it's going to take longer than that." Right? And we can't. Wow. Look at that. There's fireworks and guitars. This is a pretty cool organization we got going on here.
I
And
almost feel famous.
I know, right?
No,
Be a rock,
infamous.
infamous. So we've got a lot going on. We have been able to accomplish quite a bit. I can tell you last year, each rescue got at least 3 boxes of toys from our sponsors. They also got a separate box from smaller boxes from My Safe Bird Store and another one of our sponsors. And they got food. Last year, Harrison sponsored. They got food from Harrison's. And then the Leather Elves gave out over $7,000 in gift cards in addition to the toys that they received. So it's kind of exciting to be able to make that kind of impact. Um, and I mean, so Carrie, from a rescue perspective, how does that make a difference at a rescue?
Well, I mean, just what we give out. Like, anytime you get anything donated, it's a bonus.
Mhm.
So to get food and toys and then future toys, that's that's great. I mean, I hope for that all year long.
And the only way we can do it is through sponsorship and through
Yeah.
support of the people who listen to the live stream, people who come to the tours at Bird Gardens at Naples. That's really the only way we can do this. And so, actually, before I do the rescues, I want to go through the sponsor list and you know comment as you will, Carrie. A&E has supported us both financially and with product.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful donations.
Um, Aronico has donated product. Aronico, that's Planet Pleasures, really cool, like shreddable toys, things like that. Um,
Gonna say very, very much great enrichment toys. Absolutely.
Bird Fever out in Indianapolis. Bird Fever is a store out there owned by our friends Joanna and Mark Roth, and they actually hosted us for a trivia night. So, if anybody wants to throw a trivia night in there while we're on the road this year, it's something that we would entertain. We had some fun with that one.
That was
They
that was great fun.
It was, and they had great snacks. I gotta say, some really
You
good
like the
snacks.
cookies.
I did like the cookies, and I had cookies to go
Robin,
too.
I think you packed enough cookies and croissants for 3 days.
So snacks are very important. They're kind of the fuel that keeps this half of the Rockstar tour going. Anyway,
So
Carrie's
we
like,
don't have to live on tomato sandwiches.
yeah, the first year we did it, you guys, we got tomatoes when we were in Pennsylvania. We stopped at George's house, got some tomatoes at the local farm stand, and we picked up some cheap white bread and some mayonnaise, and we had tomato sandwiches. Um, there's not a lot of fancy that happens on the Rockstar tour.
No.
It's
The fanciest thing we do is the breakfast buffet in the morning.
There
30
we
days
go.
of waffles.
Yeah, I was like, I came home and it was, time to make breakfast. And Mark's like, "Do you want to make waffles?" It's like, "No, no, I don't. I've had 30 days worth of waffles and yogurt, so no, I'm all set." Um, but Preview is sponsoring again. Animale Sanctuary is watching. Hey, Deanna. Preview is sponsoring again. Great toys from Preview. Avian Suites, the gold standard in avian boarding. We got to stop there last year.
That was fun. Thank you for
It
having us,
was,
Karen. That was a fancy dinner. That was
that's right. Karen did take us out for a fancy dinner. That is absolutely not
we
necessary.
sat down and ate food.
Janice wants us to take pimento cheese sandwiches. I don't know about that. Yeah, no. Well, no.
Bologna.
He is not coming with us. Um, Bonka is always wonderfully generous. I mean, how many, they loaded your car up twice, didn't they? 2 or 3 times before the tour
Abs-
last year?
yes. And I can put a lot of stuff in my car. Just ask Kathy Hahn.
Yeah, people, Kathy's sponsoring again from My Safe Bird Store, and Kathy
Yes.
put 27 boxes in the back of your car.
Yes, she did. She looked and she's like, that's never going to fit. They did.
And you guys would be surprised what we can do with a 10-foot truck too, but now we have the bus. So we can take even more donations this year because we're going to have the bus, and it'll definitely work. Zorro's, Melissa Davis makes some fantastic toys. Melissa donates to rescues all the time.
He
And
does.
Melissa is kind enough to send us toys. Eclectus Arc, where we will be stopping this year. And Curtis and Lorella and Lisa have these incredible freeze dried treats for the birds. They donated those last year, and they're going to do that again this year.
Those were bird treats?
Those You weren't supposed to eat those. The cookies were
Oh,
the human treats. Karen just said the avian sweets is in again for this year. Thank you so much, Karen. Karen is always incredibly
thank you,
supportive.
Karen.
So, and yeah, Wendy says Kathy is so great. Kathy at My Safe Bird Store. They had these really cool little foraging boxes that everybody got from Kathy, and food. She got sent some food. The bird endowment is always supportive. I already have a little trinket from the bird endowment that we're going to be giving out to the rescues. J&W Pets Supplies out of Texas. That's Jen Perez and her husband, and they make some really cool natural toys. They also they passed out clickers and Target sticks
Yeah,
last year.
Target
So
stick.
that's kind of cool. The Quaker Parakeet Society has been supportive. They were supported us last year. They've supported again. And Janice, who is on tonight, Janice, thank you. Janice has personally donated,
Thank you.
as has Vern from the Quaker Parakeet Society too. So thank you guys. Um, Mighty Bird Toys. They are neighbors with Magnolia Exotic Bird Sanctuary, and we'll be stopping there. Centurion. I don't think I've ever seen that many perches in one place,
They're already on the bus.
right? So,
I
and
just,
that's not
I
all of
came
them.
home and I pulled right up and put them on the bus.
Cindy said to me, "Here's some perches," and I went, "Oh, thank you so much. This is great." And she went, "That's not all of them." And then so I'm probably going to see her again in Raleigh at their event in May, and so there'll be more perches to come. Um,
I'll
and
bring the
then
Prius.
There you go. And as of today, I spoke with Angie from Celti, the backpacks, and she is going to support us and the rescues. She'll be doing gift certificates for each of the rescues. So they are in as a sponsor. If you guys haven't seen their products, phenomenal. Have you used any of their stuff, Carrie?
Yes, actually, we have several of their backpacks.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Bella actually uses them. She loves to, when she goes out to do events. They have some that are really great for doing events. I also have a friend, Leslie, in
mhm.
Louisiana, who I think we're going to stop at, right? And
Yes, we
she
are.
has one that she free flies and she goes hiking. And I believe last time she was in Utah, she was free flying birds, but she took Lorenzo, one of my
Mhm.
friend's birds that she adopted, to hike with her in the backpack.
Nice. So if you haven't checked out her stuff, that's Celti. It's CELLTEI.com. And just check out her stuff. I mean, it always fascinates me. Angie is a very small woman and she sets up her booth and then you can't see her because all of her cool backpacks are all over the table and she's like in there somewhere, but she's always there. So thank you, Angie. So they will be, they're our newest sponsor. National Parrot Foundation has given us a grant this year, so we want to thank them as well. They supported us last year too. So it's it amazes me the support for this work and the support for rescues, and it's not just rescues supporting rescues. It's breeder facilities, groups that support breeding, supporting rescue, and that's what I love about the Rockstar Tour is that it's it's all of aviculture. It's we visit um, all different kinds of facilities. So,
James
did you have
invited
a?
us this year.
He did. We'll be
We're gonna,
going. We'll be
yeah,
going there too.
going there again.
So we're going to leave out of bird gardens, so we'll show you guys some of bird gardens. You'll get to see where Carrie does her magic. Well, she does magic everywhere, but her home base for magic, we'll see bird gardens in Naples. And
The new
then
cauldron I've installed.
no, you can't cook the birds. No,
Oh,
that's a
it's not for the
pond.
birds.
It's a pond. um, Patty's Parrot Palace in Florida. We're going to be stopping there. Um, Bellowing Acres in Florida. You've been
Gabby
to
and
Bellowing,
Chris, yeah.
Gabby and Chris. Will be. They're not just parrots. They do other animals as well. Am I right?
Alligators, porcupines, tortoise, you name, fox, anteater. No,
You know, it's
porcupine.
it's interesting when I was calling, making contact with these different rescues and facilities and finding out that very few of them are able to just do birds, that it kind of grows and it's this, organic growth that happens. So yeah, you have a tortoise?
I have two tortoise and two dogs, and I try to keep everything else with feathers.
There you go. I think that's probably good.
Um, I have had people show up and say, "Hey, we've got these two goats. Do you do goat rescue?" And I go, "No, they don't have wings." And they say, "Okay, we'll let them go again." And I'm like, "Oh no, I do goat rescue."
Yeah, it's that they get
I
you with
I
that when
work
you
with a
come
lot of
home.
I try to work with a lot of other rescues who do turtles or goats and things like that. So when I do get them in, I have a place to move them to, a
Yeah.
proper
And
place,
Nick
because
wants
I
to
don't know everything about goats.
Nick wants to know, do horse feathers count?
That we call them a Pegasus. Yes.
um, okay, so then the next stop will be the Oliver Tree Parrot Rescue. I believe they're listening tonight. Kelly at the Oliver Tree. Um, and so we're going to stop there. That's in Florida as well. And if you are listening and you're online with us, that's here in Green Cove Springs, Florida. Please chime in if you want to tell us anything about your facility, or Carrie and I can be surprised and when we come visit. Then next on the list, and I saw that you guys are here, is Rainbow Parrot Rescue. Beth is at Rainbow Parrot Rescue in Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, Beth. And I know Beth does a lot of great work on social media. You can follow them on Facebook. Lots of fun posting. Yay, she said, and they love Kelly at Oliver Tree Parrot Rescue. So this is another thing I'm seeing. So last year, there have been trends that we've noticed. Like the first year, we there were a lot of similarities in a lot of the places, and then or the year before the first year, and then last year, um, it was about sustainability. People were, and the Oliver Tree loves Beth. It was people were making sure that they were sustainable. That they're, because let's be honest, it doesn't pay for itself, and so creating that side hustle sometimes is a way to keep the rescue going. I mean, that's what we saw a lot of, Carrie, right? Last year.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it was good.
Absolutely.
But the trend that I'm
Either
seeing this year, go ahead.
I was going to say either little shops in their store, like Shannon doing the keychains and the stickers, and
Mhm.
I mean, there was just a lot of different things people did to funnel money into the rescue.
Yeah. And this year it's been interesting because as I've called places, they've said, "Oh, I know so and so. I talked to them. I've met them before. We work together." And I just thought that was great. That people are in these rescues are working together. Um, so our stop after Rainbow Parrot Rescue will be Kiki's Legacy. We'll be visiting with Terry. I don't. I think Terry's out there too. Um, and we'll be visiting with Terry in North Carolina. And Terry is a member of AFA. She's a board member of AFA, and
Yes.
she does rescue as well. So that'll be kind of fun to get to see Kiki's legacy. And then our next stop is with Phoenix Landing. Phoenix Landing is foster based, but we'll be stopping to talk with them. And I reached out to Ann Brooks, and Anne was like, absolutely, we'd love to be part of it. So I know that Phoenix Landing does a lot of education, they're doing a wellness seminar. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on. You've been
Is
to
that
Phoenix
this
Landing.
May, their wellness?
There is one that's coming up. I don't know. It's soon. It's in the spring. And then I think they're doing another one in October. So, and we can get the information while we're on tour about the October one. Um, Next, I know Lee is here. We'll be going to Northeast Tennessee Avian Rescue. You want to tell them how we met Lee the first time?
It was great. we didn't have Nancy's Secret Garden on our list. We hadn't gotten to touch. We wanted to, but we just had not been able to touch base and set that up. And we had put aside some extra toys. And as we were ending the tour, we had the choice to take a right and head home to my house or keep going down 95 to Nancy's. And I said, the hell with it, let's do it. So we just called and got the van for extra days, had the toys put aside, and just showed up at Nancy's to surprise her. And it
Mhm.
was so wonderful. Um, Seeing succession in the rescue is great. And, I always worry about Nancy because she's down in the Keys and the hurricanes,
Mhm.
and when we got there, Lee was there, and we got to meet Lee, and she is going to be Nancy's successor. And it was just great to see all that come together. It was
Mhm.
like we showed up on a whim. Lee was there, Nancy was there. There were all kinds of people there. We had a great time,
Yeah.
and things
And
came together.
it was so nice to see that in action and see again people helping out other people, and from different places, different, different states, still working together to really be supportive of one another. um, and then we're going to Smoky Mountain Exotics Rescue. That's Nathan. And it's interesting, Nathan and I have connected on the phone, and there's been some stuff that's happened, and Nathan has reached out. And so even before meeting, there's that kind of kindred spirit. And I know you feel it because I've experienced it with you. When you just connect with somebody and they're like, okay, I know I can count on that person for help. And Nathan is one of those guys. And so we're going to get to meet Nathan in Tennessee at Smoky Mountain Exotics. um, he's doing great things. Get a woohoo from Nathan. But yeah, I mean, you just know. And I'll be honest with you, reaching out to the different rescues, Carrie goes, no, you can do it. So when I reach out to those rescues, I'm never sure what the response is going to be. There have been rescues that have said no. You know, that, oh, well, that's okay.
We're
I
not on the
respect
same page. That's okay.
we're not on the same page, and that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beth says, "Gotta love a Sullivan." Of course, it's Sullivan. There was instant bond on that. But Nathan said it takes a village to do what we all do. I couldn't do it without a team, and I think that's the message. That's where Indiana, is waving to Nathan. There's all kinds of cooperation that's happening here, and none of I got to say, for those of you that are not involved with any of these particular rescues or don't know the geography, which I got to have a map in order to do this, but these guys are not all next door to one another. Carrie, about like the travel piece when you got to go to some place across the country
Yeah.
to do
I'm
this.
heading to Pensacola on Monday.
Yeah, yeah. Which everybody goes, "Oh, that's still Florida." It's kind of like being in Texas. It's so far away. um.
10
Oh,
hours.
so that's all. So yeah, there's Terry. Terry's from Kiki's Legacy. We'll be hanging out with Terry for a bit. And Betsy said, "I know how blessed we were last year, so she's super excited for this next tour's recipients." Betsy is the wonderful founder of Mollywood up in Washington State. So
I
yeah,
ate
it's
all the
Washington.
blackberries.
Yeah, he had blackberries.
I ate all the blackberries.
We went to do the interview, and I saw Carrie kind of like eyeing behind us, and I'm like, oh, there were blackberry bushes. So we had a blackberry snack when we went to Mollywood. Um, so we're going to go to see Nathan, and then we're also going to make a stop at Parrot Mountain, that in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And then this is not a parrot facility, but we are going to the American Eagle Foundation. I reached out to them in a previous life. A lot of you guys know that I worked with raptors. And so I reached out to them. They are super excited. For those of you that don't know anything about them, if you watch the Super Bowl, um, that's the eagle that was on the, or if you've watched commercials since the Super Bowl, the eagle that flew with the Clydesdale resides at the American Eagle Foundation. So we're going to talk to them about that training, which will be kind of exciting. Um, I mean, you get to see eagles all the time. We don't see them all the time here. Um, the Animale Sanctuary. I hope I pronounced that right, Deanna.
Just the eagle flying to this, you know.
And
The
then
horses on the. That's my point.
what
That
are
is
we
commercial.
talking about over there? You got buddies with you? I'm all by myself. You got friends?
I got friends.
um, so yeah, we're gonna go to Animale
It,
Sanctuary. Deanna, I believe, is one of us from the Northeast originally. Um, so you guys will be able to bond over that whole Rhode Island thing. Oh, and I said it right. Good thing. All right, and then the next stop is Little Ponderosa Zoo and Rescue. Um, they are in Clinton, Tennessee. I spoke with Amy, who's in charge of their events, and we're going to stop there. They have some rescue birds. Yeah, they said Oliver Tree said they'd never leave if they went to Parrot Mountain. And yeah, there are an awful lot of parrots there. I have been before. Then we're headed to meet Dylan at Wild Ones Avian Rescue in Washburn, Tennessee. Dylan, I know, has a store. And Nathan partners with Animale. He says they're incredible. I'm just excited that there's this wonderful network that's happening. And seeing that cooperation is what, I'd love to see in all of, I don't know where she's going. In all, she's got a puppy. Did a puppy? Where we're going to go, different walks of aviculture. So then, next stop, Feathers Galore in Kentucky. There are over 2,000 birds at Nathan is letting me know at Parrot Mountain. So Feathers Galore
she
in
was
Kentucky.
done.
She doesn't want to be on TV. And then
She weighs a
we,
ton.
She weighs 25 pounds. She doesn't really
hey,
weigh.
and then we've got this is a little different this year. AFA is in the middle of the tour. American Federation of Aviculture's conference, their annual educational conference, is happening in St. Louis, Missouri. So in the very mid, that was the first half, and then we'll be going to AFA for a week, and then we are going to get back on the road and we're going to stop and see Wings of Love Bird Show and Rescue. Deanna, we're just excited to meet you guys. Wings of Love Bird Show and Rescue, those guys are in Missouri. Then we are going to go see Dr. Burge at, I'm sorry, Nick is like, you're not doing it in the right order. You know Dr. Burge, right, Kerry? Julie
Yeah,
Burge.
Yeah, she came out to my place. Absolutely.
And so we're going to go see her in Missouri at Burge Bird Services and Rescue. And she's been a vet for quite a while, and she also runs a rescue. And then we're going to Lenexa, Kansas, to Beak and Wings. It sounds like that's a long way, right? Kansas is like right here next to Missouri if you don't have good geography
Yeah.
skills like me. Carrie's going,
When you
no,
go
it's
to the airport, you can stay in Missouri or Kansas, either Holiday Inn. They're in the
always
same
baffles
parking
me
lot.
though. But there's a timeline that runs through one of the time zones runs through Kansas City. And Kansas City, Missouri and Kansas City, Kansas are in different time zones. Tell me that's
Yes.
not like annoying. I think it is. That's just me. Then we're going to head to Tall Grass Parrot Sanctuary in Lecompton, Kansas, to see Kale and her crew. There's a lot. Then the next stop is they do some rescue, they do some conservation breeding. They create freeze dried products. Do you know where we're going? In
Loretta's?
Yes, we are going to the Eclectus Arc um, in Claremore, Oklahoma. Do you want to let people know what they do there, Carrie?
I can't say enough about Lorella. I mean, if you need any information on an eclectus specifically, she
Mhm.
is the go-to.
Yeah.
She knows more about them than anyone I know. The experts I know go to her. Um, I can't tell you how many people I refer to her. I'm probably driving her nuts sending people that way. Uh,
Mhm.
she knows more about eclectus than anyone I know, honestly. And she
Yeah.
has some beautiful, beautiful birds. She's very specific about keeping her species and subspecies in proper order. Um,
Mhm.
that's a big thing. A lot of people get eclectus and they don't know whether they have a grand or a Voss, a red sided or a Solomon, where she can just glance and tell you. Send her
Yeah.
a photo of the eye and she'll tell you.
I mean, Lorella has forgotten more information about Eclectus than we'll ever know. I mean,
Yes,
she
absolutely.
is her name, Beth, is Lorella Desborough. She is an icon in the avicultural
Aviculture.
world, and we'll be talking to her. And it's just she is. Yeah, Jay says he needs to talk to her. So there's an expert who wants to go talk to Lorella. Jay's. You're further down the list. I can't really introduce you yet. I'll get to you. Jay's just a little pushy. It's okay. Uh, so, yeah, Karen says Lorella is a national parrot treasure. She definitely is. I mean, she just
Mhm.
she's incredible to talk to because and she never talks down to people about how much she knows, and it's she is right there willing to educate. There's TJ. I mean, TJ is a genius in his own right, and he's you know looking to Lorella for information. So we are going to be at the Eclectus Arc, visiting with Lorella and Curtis and Lisa. And then we're going to be at West Texas Wildlife Preserve. Carrie, you want to
Marcus.
tell people about that?
So Marcus specializes in conservation breeding, and not just birds, everything from king vultures to flamingos to rhinos, giraffes. He has an
Yeah.
incredible zoo that we visited. You can
Mhm.
go and view it. Um, Being a bird nerd, it's kind of tough. Like you go places and yeah, I've seen that. Yep, I've seen that. Yes, I've owned that. So when I went to the zoo and he had palm nut vultures, I was like, oh, I've never seen them.
Mhm.
So it's kind of
Um,
always cool when you get to go see
oh yeah.
something new.
And we got to spend time with Marcus's mom, Joan, and I
Yes.
mean, she spent the day with us. It was and you can see a lot of what we saw. We videotaped and we did an interview with her. Our videotape, listen to me dating myself. We recorded our visit to the zoo, and it's on the Rockstar tour. It's the Hemker Zoo in Minnesota from
Minnesota.
last year. Yeah, so we'll be going to their facility in Texas. And then
Hmm.
Wings of Love Bird Haven with Charlene in Ferris, Texas. And then um, Nick said he wouldn't give me grief about needing a map. He left that alone, so he wasn't going to say anything about videotape. Okay, fine. I'm old. Oh, hey, it's our senior correspondent, Georgia Hayes. She just jumped on, our senior team member. Hey, Georgia. Maybe she missed it where I called her the senior team member. Um,
No,
okay,
you
so
called
then we're
her the
going to
not so senior.
the not so senior team member, right? So then we're going to go to Bears, etc. And we're going to see it. And you're like, why are you going to Bears, etc.? Well, they don't have any bears right now, but they do have some parrots. And so I talked to Katie there, and we're going to stop by and see how things are at Bears Etc. in Texas. They are working on it's a fairly new facility. They're working on some expansion, so we're going to get to see that. Then we're going to go to Magnolia Exotic Bird Sanctuary. For those of you that followed me a long time ago, Chyla from, oh, and that's another sponsor that I didn't put on here. Wacky Wings is another sponsor. Great bird toys, and we went to Magnolia Exotic Bird Sanctuary in Magnolia, Texas. And I know for a fact that they're working on a brand new aviary. So that's really exciting. Oh, she's the vintage team member. Georgia is the vintage. I like it. Okay. Georgia's our vintage team member. Um, then we're going to stop and visit with J&W Pets. That's Jen Perez and her husband. The next stop is ABC Birds, Jamie Whitaker's store in Texas. We're going to go and we're going to do an educational presentation there. So any of our Texas friends will be doing a seminar at ABC Birds, and get excited to see Jamie. And that's a new location for them. Then we're going to see Leslie. Leslie's in, where is Leslie, Carrie?
Slaughter.
Okay. Slaughter, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we're going to Mobile, Alabama, to Feathered Friends of Mobile. That's Crystal. And the next group of the Alabama girls and Beth, and every time I called a different one, they go, oh, we know so-and-so. We work with them. We talk to them every day. It's kind of fun. So, Feathered Friends of Mobile. Okay, now Jay, we're gonna stop at the Javiary to see Jay LeBeau. Jay is a fantastic passerine breeder. He also has some hookbills as pets. And Jay, do you want to pipe in here and tell us about your place if you're still there? I know he's got like a crazy busy schedule. He told me he was at the construction site. So they've got new things going on. So that's kind of excited. And Crystal says hello from Feathered Friends of Mobile. Hello, Crystal. Jay was part of a mobile rescue that we did. Do you want to tell people about that, Carrie?
Let's see. Coming back from Texas, I believe, right? Texas with the big snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just leaving. Our car was packed so tight, couldn't squeeze another thing in it. And we got a phone call from a lady's neighbor. The lady had passed away the night before. Her bird was in the house. The son was at a distance to feed it. And it needed a home. And it was looking like I was going to have to drive from Texas to Naples back to Alabama. And Robin said, let me make some calls. And Jay ended up stepping forward. We already had actually someone who had been waiting to adopt a bird. So it kind of all fell into place.
Yeah, and it was
Jay stepped in.
Yeah, and Jay's podcast partner, Chris. Jay and Chris do the Bird Nerds podcast, and it was Chris who was gold. So Jay said, hold on, let me talk to Chris. And then he went and got the bird. And then he managed to get it shipped to Chris in Utah. And now Candy is, I mean, you've seen pictures of Candy, that's the bird, and Candy is wonderfully with Chris. Jay's promising us Southern food.
All right.
Nice.
We always love promises of food.
We do, it keeps us going. That's part of it. So after we stop and get some Southern food, and learn about passerines with Jay. It's the Bird Brains, not the Bird Nerds. I'm sorry. The Bird Brains podcast. You guys should definitely tune in. He and Chris are very easy to listen to. They talk about all kinds of things bird, and easy hints and things like that, what they do. They're more than willing to share. So Jay and Chris on the Bird Brains podcast, well worth a listen if you haven't listened to them before. Then we're going to be going to Feathers and Fangs in Atmore, Alabama. Then Styx River Parrot Rescue in Robertsdale, Alabama. And if you guys are in Alabama, you're going, no, she's going the wrong way. Just ignore the order, because we're still working on the exact dates and routes.
I haven't put the map together.
I know, now it's just in list form. And then Totally Flocked Avian Rescue, in my book, wins the best name of a rescue ever. Totally Flocked Avian Rescue. And we will be visiting them, and they're in Molino, Florida. And then, so do you see what's happened here? We've made this bit. We went up from Florida, up through North Carolina, across to Missouri somehow, down through Oklahoma, Texas, back across the bottom. The Alaqua Animal Refuge in Florida. Then, oh wait, is TJ on here? Did we tell TJ we're going to visit? Did we tell him we're coming to visit?
We'll just show up and surprise them. I don't know if we can get the bus down that road.
TJ, we're going to come visit. So, you got to top Jay's Southern food. I don't know. Do you cook? So we'll be stopping to see TJ. TJ is an incredible, incredible aviculturist. Not so much working with parrots, but working with pheasants. What else? Galliforms,
Pigeons, Taracos.
pigeons. There we go. So we're going to get to see some of those. Then Florida Parrot Rescue. We're going to go see Stan and James Farr at the Avian Research Institute and Conservation Center. They should be very proud of me that I got all of that out in one breath. They will be stopping there. Carrie and I went there last year and did an interview with James and Stan. You just visited them, right, Carrie? She's gone.
I was at their event last Saturday.
Nice.
Incredible turnout. Over 200 people. TJ was there. A lot of people were there.
TJ said he's locking the gate. Do you really
I know how to
think
hop a fence.
Do you think that's going to stop us? We may be senior, but we can still hop a fence. I'm just saying. That's right. Don't mess with the Rockstar Tour. I'm just, go ahead, lock the gate. We'll see how that works. And then back to Bird Gardens of Naples, right?
Yes.
And I may have missed some places, non-rescue places that we're stopping. So
there may be surprises along the way.
Yeah, you never know. Oh, don't worry about it, Terry. We know we're going to stop at your place too. Don't try locking the gate. None of that'll happen. None of that locking the gate stuff. Yeah, if you guys watch the first one, you can watch all of the recordings from the first 2 years are on the Rockstar Rescue Tour page. You can go back and see what we, kind of what we did, who we talked to, the places that we saw. And I have to say, every single one of them had something different to offer. And it was really very cool to see different ways that people do things. So we're going to have a junior correspondent, a new team member, our vintage team member. We're going to have t-shirts again. All of the rescues will be on the back, like a concert t-shirt. All of our sponsors will be on the front. Those will be available through Custom Ink, and I'll let you guys know when those are available. It's closer to, they only let you do it for, I think it's a month. You can only offer them for a month. So that'll be happening closer to the date. We're planning on, once we get it all settled, it's looking like we'll be pulling out roughly the third week in July so that we can get to AFA the first week in August in Missouri. Um, we will also, just so you guys know, I'll be doing a spotlight on each one of the rescues. So the rescues will send us pictures and just a little brief bio. So on the Rockstar Rescue Tour page and on the Leather Elves page and probably on my page and the Bird Gardens page,
And Bird
there'll
Gardens
be
and my cave.
a spotlight on each rescue before we go. And then there'll also be a spotlight on all the sponsors before we go. We also, with the Leather Elves, that's my company, we have boxes that are for sale for the rescues. And this weekend, I'll be putting all this year's tour um, participants, I'll be putting that on the list. So we are going to, for all the donors, anyone, so it's leatherelves.equid.com. There's also a QR code on the promo. Anyone who donates to a Rockstar Rescue Tour rescue from the 2026 rescue, whoever donates, they will get a $25 gift card for themselves. They can donate it back to the rescue if that's what they want to do, or they can use it themselves on a future order. So Marty was lost last year when the tour ended. Oh, that's sad. We can, just keep in touch with us. We'll just go visit places. Oh, and Georgia says it'll be on the Parrot Festival page as well. So look at that. Georgia's already a functioning team member. So
What are you
this was a
saying, Robin?
lot. Nothing. You're a fabulous driver. So, so you guys, when my face goes like this, you know why. But we have a lot of fun. We have been accused of having too much fun. I don't think that's possible. Do you?
No.
No. We know that there's a lot of heartache, and there's a lot of horror stories that people see when they do rescue and sanctuary. We know that happens. That's not what we need to focus on. We need to focus on the amazing things that are happening in aviculture, all the work being done by rescues, all the conservation breeding that's happening that's helping to save certain species. So we are just really looking forward to this tour. In the next week or so, we're going to start getting out those rescue spotlights. So look for those. Carrie, anything you want to add that people need to know about how the Rockstar Tour works?
Look for the list and when we're going to places, and come out and see us when we get there if it's near where you are. Come visit.
I mean,
Come
do you
support the
know
local rescue.
it's so fun for us to see, like when we get to places and there's like a whole mess of people with their Rockstar t-shirts on, and everybody's just really excited about to show us what they do. And I think that's the nicest thing. And the other thing is, none of this is judgy. We're not going, to pass judgment on anyone, to tell anybody how to do what they do. We're going to see the different ways that you all do it. So
Yeah, I steal
so
good ideas.
yeah, well, Janice says that we're doing a parrot version of the Cannonball Run.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, Nick. This is probably, I don't want to be biased and say this is our most important sponsor, but every single night on the Rockstar Tour, I'm sitting in my bed in the hotel texting Nick at the Exotic Animal Foundation. I took all these videos today. Can you fix this? I took these
Yeah.
pictures. I can't share it. Can you tell me how to do this? And somehow the Exotic Animal Foundation, Nick, gets it taken care of so that you guys can see what we're seeing. So um, we are looking forward to being out there and to meeting all of you in person. We'll still do live streams from the road. We'll do it on Friday nights if we're in one place. Oh, we could even do them from the bus, I suppose. The
I
vintage
can
member and I.
drive. We can just like get one of those things that hang on the rearview mirror.
There we go. We could do that. Don't alert your local authorities that we'll be driving through because we want to get where we're going.
And be sure to
Um,
pick up your Dramamine in advance.
This is true. Nick, can you send that to me? Nick just takes care of me. See, Nick's gonna send me the case of Dramamine. So thank you guys so much for tonight. I know we have joked around quite a bit. This is a really big undertaking. We started planning this when we got
last
home
year.
or while we were still driving last
We
year.
were still
Uh,
driving and we were planning it.
yeah, I mean, the fact that Carrie and I are both still alive, and after how many days on the road, we didn't kill one another. Close a couple times, but but we do this because we really support what's being done out there. So, all right, you guys take care. Carrie, enjoy the warmth. I'll be shoveling snow tomorrow. I hope you all think of me.
Happy
Hopefully, I won't.
weekend.
Yeah, thanks. Have a great weekend.
I want to see
Um,
some air guitar on this Rockstar tour.
you want to see us play air guitar on the
Yes, I
Rockstar Tour?
do.
Oh, and that's the other thing. We do have a flock of birds that we collected. I
I
still
already
have.
have, I have my first one that came in, Isabella
Mm-hmm.
from the Dakotas, from North Dakota, brought it
Uh-huh.
down with her. It's a cockatoo. He'll be the first
Nice.
one to load up.
So I gotta interrupt. I don't know if we want to bring the vintage member. She wants to know if there's a GoFundMe for bail. She's the referee. Is there a GoFundMe for bail? You need to behave, Georgia. Carrie and I didn't get arrested last year that anyone knows of. I mean, didn't get arrested last year on the Rockstar Tour. So, um, you guys have a great week. I will see you all next week. Thank you, Carrie, for joining me tonight. And I will be back next week with Frank Blazich. We're going to be talking about pigeons, and Frank has some really, really cool information about pigeons in the World War and being used as messengers. And I just think it's really interesting information. It's not parrots, but it's super cool. So you guys take care. See you later, Kerry. Thank you, Nick, as always.
Have a good
We will
night.
see you soon.
See y'all soon.